Alright guys, this is Ice, and this is not one of my usual commentaries, obviously. This is more of a kind of a tutorial, and basically what I'm going to be showing you here is two things. One, the basic render settings in Sony Vegas for getting good quality in your videos, just how to render them properly, some settings you're going to want to use. And then secondly, I'm going to show you how to get a little picture overlay that you're going to be seeing right here. Let me just play the video for about 2 seconds.
Hey guys, this is Ice, and I'm gonna be
So that's basically what it is. It's kind of small, so I don't know how well you're seeing that, but I was asked by someone how I do this, and I said, well, you know what, I could just make a video and show you, because I like to help people. So I'm going to show you that, and then the basic render settings. So let me just exit that and pull up Sony Vegas. Okay, so this is a League of Legends game. I don't really play League of Legends, and I don't plan on commentating it unless someone actually asks me to. And you can see the video's kind of dark here, so I'll get to that later. But anyhow, firstly, the most basic thing is you do not want black bars in your videos. So you can see black bars at the top and the bottom, and if I upload it like this, there may even be black bars at the right and left. So basically what you do, and I do this every time I go to render a video, you go to File at the top left, you move down to Properties, click that. Now this window will come up, and there's a couple tabs at the top: Video, Audio, Ruler, Summary, and Audio CD. And by default you should be in the Video tab. And the very first thing is the template, which should by default be set to NTSC, and that's just the video format. You want to click the down arrow, which will open a list of formats, and you want to click, well, I use the first HD format, which is 1280 by 720. That is HD, 29.97 FPS, and that is fine for YouTube unless you want 1080p, which is full HD, or there's a whole bunch of different types of HD you can choose for up here, but I just choose the first one. So I choose that, and then you're also, if you come down here in the same window, one of these options down here says Full Resolution Rendering Quality, and it should be set by default to good. You want to click that and change it to best. Do that every single time, and then you click apply on the window and OK, and you can see that there are no more black bars over here. So when I preview the video, if this thing would stop being stupid. Okay, anyhow,
whether or not he should get the game. It's a free-to-play game. It's what size.
So anyhow, it's kind of laggy because I'm recording with Fraps and Sony Vegas is open and it's playing something, so I'm not really going to play the video, but basically you see there's no black videos. So now also I'm going to move into event effects, and sorry for any lag that you're seeing here. That is just because I'm recording and in Sony Vegas at the same time. So these are the basic video effects. So there's, I mean, you can look through these yourself. This is not really like something like can't really tell you one thing you should use, because it all depends on your video, like the settings and stuff like that. So those are just where the video effects are. Also, on the same video timeline, just above where I showed you the event effects, they are the event pan and crop options. So if I click event pan and crop, it'll bring this window up, and this is basically how you resize things in the video. So I don't want to actually resize the videos. What I want to do for the second part of the tutorial, because this basically was just how to get the video to proper quality, what I want to do is I want to have a picture overlay somewhere in the video. I'm not sure where I'm going to put that. Maybe I'll put it over the chat bar. So I'm going to want to move this down the track, and I'm gonna wanna move this down, move this down, move this down. Okay, you want to be difficult. How embarrassing. You basically, okay, hold on, let me get the picture. Here's the idea. The video clip that you have here, this is on the top video track. You see over here there are video and audio tracks, and this is on the top track, so that means it basically gets priority. So when you find the image that you want, which Let me see, pictures. I'm gonna go into GIMP stuff. Now, obviously, you just choose whatever folder yours is at. And wait, sorry, it's not in there. It is. This is the picture here, which is opening right now. Yeah, this is the picture that I, for now, because I'm gonna get another one because I don't really like this one. I just made this in Cinema 4D really quickly. This is the picture that I want to get in the overlay. So you're gonna want to take this picture and you're gonna want to drop it into Sony Vegas, but you want the yeah, you want, okay, good. This is took a bit longer than I thought. And I don't really care that the audio track is kind of messed up. Doesn't really matter. Still gonna work perfectly. Okay, so we have our image and it's really small. I don't even know if you can see that. And we're gonna want to move this image as, and we're gonna want it to cover the entire length of the video. So as long as your video is, unless you want the overlay to start at a certain part, then obviously you'd start there. So like for example, this is the 2-minute mark. If I wanted to start there, I would just take it and have it start at that point. But I want it to start from the very beginning of the video. So you're going to want it to cover the entire thing. And if you play this, you're going to realize that the only thing you're going to see is the image. That's because it's on the top. This is the highest priority track. This is the first track. So basically what you want to do is click the event pan crop at the end. It's a little kind of a square thing, and we're going to see this pop up here. Now, this is, let me just enlarge the window a little bit, although I still want to see the preview, so maybe not a good idea to enlarge it. You can see there are a couple of squares at the corners. If I were to take this square and enlarge it, if I were to take this square and enlarge it, I should, there we go. Basically what you want to see, and also you can use the mouse wheel to zoom out on it. If you make the picture, if you make this F bigger, the picture gets smaller on the screen. So I'm gonna want to get it to, I think that size is kind of good. It doesn't really matter because this isn't how I'm actually doing the video. And then once you have it the size that you want, you'll see that your mouse is kind of like these 4 arrows, and you can just click it and drag it. So if you drag it to the right, it'll move to the left on the preview. So if I want it to go over the text box right there, and that looks about good, then that's fine. And then you'll just exit that, and then when you play the video, let's see if it doesn't lag.
Which are free to play for that week. And
Still
after that
kind
week,
of laggy, but you see what I mean. You get the picture exactly where you want it. So that is how to scale it, just in the event pan crop, and it's very easy to do. Nothing hard at all about that. And then when you want to render the video, sometimes a lot of people ask me, because I do help a bunch of people on YouTube, they ask me when they render the video, why is there just a black screen, or it only lasts 1 second. When you render, you go to File, Render As, and now this is just a default folder, so I'm going to want to choose the folder that I usually put it into, which would be StarCraft 2 Commentaries, and then you'll just press save, and also you have to make sure what type you're saving it as. So for example, save as type, and there are a bunch of different formats you could play around with here. I would recommend either AVI or WMV. I'm just using WMV. It doesn't really matter. AVI is a bit bigger, and the quality is just a tiny bit better as well. It really doesn't matter. 720p is going to look fine unless you want to enlarge the screen, and you're still not going to notice unless you put it to 1080p. And you have down here as the template, just like I showed you in the beginning of the video in Sony Vegas, you're going to want to make sure it's the same thing as what you set in your render settings for Sony Vegas Pro. So here I have it, you can see on 720p, the first 720p just as I had it in Sony Vegas, and then you'll press save. However, I'm not ready to do that yet, so I'm just going to cancel that. Now, as I was saying, some people always ask me why doesn't it render properly. So basically, you can see your videos here, all of your tracks. I have 2 audio tracks, a video track and an image. So I'm going to want to just click at the end over here where the video ends, where the last track, which is my audio track, ends. Or I could simply, since it's kind of actually longer than the other tracks, I can just yeah, I can just cut it right there. Let's see if that has actually
that in the description. So yeah.
Okay, so that is where it ends, and I'm just gonna cut that off there. So this is the very end of the video. Hold on, I didn't get that exactly. There we go. And I'm highlighting the entire video by just clicking and dragging across the entire track. And then I go to File. Alright, shut up, Fraps. File, Render As, and also the Save or Save As up here. That does not render the video. That simply saves the file as a Sony Vegas file. So what that does is when you open it, it'll bring up this exact same window with the audio tracks, everything you've edited or changed in the video. But for actual rendering, like I said before, you go to Render As, you choose your folder that you want to render in, you make sure the type can be whatever video type you want, you set the name over here, and make sure the template is the same as what you set it to in Sony Vegas Pro, and I'll just show you that again. You go to File, Properties, and here's the template. I have mine on the first 720p, and make sure your full resolution rendering quality is set to best instead of good. And also you can change the frame rate over here. 50 is just overkill, 59 is ridiculously overkill. The human eye can't tell the difference of anything above 24, but I always use the NTSC frame rate, which is 29.970, just because that's what I use for recording with Fraps, so I just like them to match in case there's any trouble. So that's going to be the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions or suggestions or whatever, if you want me to help you with something else, you can just comment or send me a message. A lot of people have been doing that lately. So that's going to be it for this, I was going to say commentary, but that's going to be it for this tutorial. And I'm not going to do another one unless someone actually asks me to. And by the way, if you want to download Sony Vegas, and I'm not saying you should pirate it, I don't support pirating, blah blah blah. If you want to get Sony Vegas, you can talk to me about it, or whatever you want to get. Camtasia, if you want to record with that, you just message me. And so that's going to be all for this tutorial.